So good evening and welcome to our ongoing meditation. So every night we are gathering here at this time to practice meditation, supporting one another and encouraging one another to practice. Practice makes perfect, which we all know, and diligent practice is essential for any success. Meditation is such a wonderful technique, and we have seen the benefit of it, but it takes time to see the benefit or realize the benefit of it. It's like planting a tree, apple tree. You have to wait until it gives a fruit. So during this time, you have to nurture the apple tree, watering it, weeding it, protecting it, and continuing caring about it. And with that continuous care, eventually the fruit will come. The apple tree will give us a fruit. And that's the same with our practice too. We have to nurture our practice regularly, every day. And then that set of a mind, gradually you will receive the benefit of it. As we know, we cannot force an apple tree to give us a fruit as soon as possible. It doesn't matter how hard we try, all conditions should come together, and maturity brings the fruit. Same within a practice too. Doesn't matter how hard you try to be enlightened, it won't happen. It takes time and the conditions to come together. The maturity of the conditions gives us the benefit. But having said that, doesn't mean that we don't see the tree is growing. Doesn't mean that the leaves are getting bigger. We see the progress of a meditation in that way too. We are able to sit little more longer time. We are able to be mindful of our primary objects for a longer period of a time. We become resistant to any disappointments, become more resilient to the situations, and then attitude to the environment and the situation and daily routine being changed. So these we will be able to note and be mindful of it. And as I said, regularity is very essential in the practice to get the result of it. The benefit of the practice, some may have known and others may not know. Some may have known the benefit of the meditation that helps our physical body as well as mental. Many never heard of it or even may have a question of why meditation and what for. It is maybe just a waste of time. So, practice is essential in order to see the benefit, that how calm you have become, how your attitude has changed, how well you live your life. And the practice of a meditation is knowing your own self, understanding your own self, ability to know your thought process, ability to know your physical needs. The important part here is the continuation of the practice, as I said in my talk. Continuity is the key to the success. And continuous paying attention, ability to paying attention to the object, brings calmness, brings concentration. And that brings fruit to understand the way things are. Rather than the way we want the things to be. In the practice, there are many ways to practice, but I always encourage everyone to have a primary object and work with the primary object, since the mind always need an object to arise. Without an object there is no mind. Or even you can try by yourself. Is there any moment that the mind is without an object? Or is there any mind which is free from object? You won't see that mind at all, because mind is conditioned, aroused. Always there is a condition, and that's how mind arises. And as a result of it, that having a primary object is basically having a home base or an anchor for the mind. So mind knows where to come, where to stay, where to stand. It is a foundation, it is a platform, a secure refuge, a wholesome refuge. If we don't have a platform, if we don't have this wholesome object, mind will be wandering off all around, and mostly mind likes to go on the unwholesome states, unwholesome things, excitements, sensual pleasure. So working with the primary object is building your good foundation or a platform for your own sake of a security and working station. And this primary object, I always encourage everyone to find by yourself. Anything that is related to the breath, you can use it as a primary object, whether it is beginning of the breath or the end of the breath or middle of the breath. I'm familiar with the beginning and the end of the breath. At the beginning, I normally call it as a breathing in and out, paying attention to the nostrils, or the end, rising, falling of abdomen. And whichever you feel comfortable to pay attention to, and you feel visible and empirical object, and feel comfortable to pay attention to, and settling down, grounding yourself, use that as an object of meditation. And spin on that. If rising, falling, then noticing rising, falling as you breathe in and breathe out. And this is known as a parikamma bhavana. It means reciting along with the phenomena that is arising. Or even the breathing in and out. As you breathe in and out, you know that you're breathing in and breathing out. Mentally reciting that. Binding your consciousness with the awareness of a phenomena that is taking place. So rising, falling, or breathing in, breathing out. And sometimes, if your mind is really resistant or not unified or restless, causing difficult to be mindful of this primary object, then you can scan the body, going through each and every part of the body, or as I instruct normally, the 7-part body parts scanning, or body parts awareness along with the breath, just to relax the entire body and the mind. Another time you may have to rely on the Buddha, bringing the Buddha nature into you. And reflecting and settling down, grounding yourself. And spend time with the primary object once you settle down, working with it. Concentrating on that without any judgments, without any interference. Now it's time for the loving kindness practice. Bringing your attention to the body, aware of sensations in your body, and to your hands, and to your heart, and generating loving kindness and compassion to yourself. May I be well, may I be happy, may I be at peace, may I be free from suffering. Similarly, sharing loving kindness and compassion to all other sentient beings, whatever beings there are, visible and invisible beings, starting from near dear ones. And whatever beings there are, may they be well and happy. May they be at peace. May they be free from suffering. May they be liberated. third gong coming out from meditation. Reflect for a few moments. Let's pay respect to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha.